Okay, this is the third time I've done this video today. There's just been a series of really frustrating things have happened, and it's all a good learning curve. It's all good. Um, so here we go again. I promised you last time that we were going to do something really straightforward and that I wouldn't make it complicated and I wouldn't ramble on and on and on. So here is what we're going to be making. Now, you can change yours up any way you want. Of course, you don't have to do little mixed media elements or words or pearls or anything. But basically what I'm going to teach you is how to do a busted canvas, which is just one canvas, not the typical two canvas project that you have to do for the traditional busted canvas. This is also very narrow so that you can use it as a card. You can turn it on its side. There's just multiple ways that you can deal with this, use this. And so I'm hoping, all that said, that this will be the time that I can actually show you how to do it. If not, then I'm going to scrap this video, post it to this point, and then do another video for next week, because I would just have to assume I'm not supposed to teach this one. So here we go. Okay, you're going to need a little 4x6. You can make it bigger, you know, you just expand or shrink down your pieces to fit whatever you're using. We're going to use Mod Podge. You can use lightly watered down Elmer's white glue as well. That will do the same thing. But this is really just to fill in all the pores of the canvas so that it's a little bit more of a flat surface so that your paper will stick better. You're going to need a piece of scrapbook paper 4x6 to fit your base, and it can be single-sided paper. You're going to then need a sheet of double-sided 4x6 paper as well, and that's going to be what you're going to have on the top. And I'm going to use the same paper that I used for the example for the top part. You should have some glue. I found that I needed Fabri-Tac for one particular part, but I mean, you don't have to. It's just nice to have. And then, of course, I'm going to use my handy-dandy gun that has Reptile in it right now, Reptile glue, which I really, really, really like. Okay. Gosh, I hope your week has been going well. Mine's been a little bit of a mess, kind of busy, crazy, and a lot going on. And it's been very cold, and I don't like the cold. And so, wham, wham, wham. So here we go. Let's get on with this, because seriously, 3 times has got to be the charm. I had so many other things in the other video that I wanted to show you, projects and ideas and things to do next time and all of that, but I just can't subject you to what I did. It was just awful. So this is a one I've already used once, so it's kind of stiff and makes a terrible sound. But this is just to get the decoupage on. You'll also, if you want to, you can paint the back of this, or you can put more paper on the back, whatever you'd like. We're going to do the edge in such a way that it won't make any difference if you decide to add paper or paint to yours later on. Now, I'm going to go along the edge of mine at the end of the process and use some of the Rub and Buff. I don't know if you've ever seen that. It's been around for 100 years. Not really, but forever for crafters. And it's really fun for this because you put it on and then you can let it dry, and then you can actually buff it up, and it actually gets on a luster. And it comes in silver and copper and yellow gold and all, you know, all kinds of things. If you don't have that, you can either leave that off. You could take, if you have any gold paint, and it doesn't matter whether it's indoor, outdoor, paper paint, whatever kind of paint, just put that on your finger and run it along the edge. It'll look just as lovely. Or you can skip all that altogether. It's not going to make a huge difference, and people are going to love this project no matter what. So I'm going to put this off to the side here. Okay, and I'm going to take my first layer of paper and lay it over, and what the heck did I do with it? Oh, duh. Oh, I'm telling you, I'm rattled. It really, I spent all day getting, doing 2 videos, and neither of them worked. One of them, I got all the way done, only to see that my microphone wasn't working. So that was a lot of fun to get that far and then find out it wasn't working. Speaking of which, I'm going to pause this right now and make sure that my sound is on. So you'll get a blip here. I'll edit it out, but that's what I'm going to be doing. Okay, I'm back after checking in. Yes, my sound is on. So here we go. Hopefully we're all in good measure today. After I glue this on, even though I've cut it 4x6 and it says 4x6, of course it is not exactly 4x6. And that's normal for this kind of thing. So I'm just going to use my scissors to go along and cut this off. No big deal. This is normal. This, you know, if yours is not fitting exactly, you are doing everything exactly right. It has nothing to do with you. Okay, that side's pretty good. Well, not exactly. I could use my little finger blade, but honestly, I'm a little bit shaky with it sometimes, although I may have to do it. And sometimes the blade can be funny. I don't know if you've noticed that on those. I went to Michael's when there was a sale, and also to Joann's, and made sure I bought extra blades. You can get them other places, but I had coupons, you know how that is. And but I made sure I had some extras because I think paper just really wears on it quick. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. Okay, now quite often with just the decoupage, the corners want to come up. So if that begins to happen later, speak of the devil, right there, that's when you can use this instead of your Mod Podge, just to reinforce that. Do it lightly. You don't have to do much. I love this. This is a little piece of Tim Holtz wallpaper, and gosh, I love that. I can't imagine a room of that, but in my little craft project, it's lovely. But I guess back in the day, this kind of wallpaper was actually the kind of thing to do. This is normal, these little corners, just for some reason, it dries too fast on the corner. I don't know. There's a reason, I'm sure. But anyway, so now, once it's down like this, that's enough, because you're going to be putting another layer over it, and it's not going to go anywhere. So there we go. Okay, now, I need to pull out a little picture that I'm going to put on the inside here. And I had 2 of these little Valentine-like things, and let's see if that would work, or if it will work this way. That's a little peculiar to have it that way, I think. But I don't want to waste time digging around looking for another. I've only got a very short time to finish up this video today. So I'm trying to find something that, right here with me, that I would like. And I'm not going to find it, of course. Let's see what else I've got. Anything? Is anything in here? You know what? I am going to make this using this little one. I've already shown how to do, I mean, it's obvious how to do this one. This is going to be exactly the same thing, just turn the different direction. So you should be able to follow along just fine. The background's not great for what I'm going to do here, but I just am pressed for time, and I really want to make sure I get this done. Now, with this, I'm going to, this will look pretty busy on this side. This will look much less busy if this is the dominant side. What will curl back will be this side, but it will be in splotches. It will be exactly the opposite of this. And I think that that's okay. I think in the circumstances that will be just fine. So let's go that route. And I don't think we have to be too worried about it. So here's what we're going to do. We take this. This is the side I'm going to put it on. I could make it high or low. This is pretty well centered. I think what I'm going to do is cut it a little big so that I can tuck in things and make it look more like a mixed media piece. And that will make me quite happy. So here's what we do. I'm going to go outside the lines, and I'm going to curve it because I like the way the finished thing looks if there is a curved line rather than a straight, sharp corner line. Okay, I think that's all right. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here in the middle. You can actually go off to the side too. I mean, there's all kinds of fun things you can do once you get used to these curves. But we're just going to go from the middle. And something that I like to do, and I want to start off, I don't want to do the X and then cut like pie slices. What I want to do here is I want to cut some slices that are a little bit different. You don't have to do it this way. You can cut your slices any way you want, and you can cut as many or as few as you want. It's just a different look, okay? So you could make a pie shape, cut that out. That is exactly what this is, and that's lovely too. I think that's lovely. But since I've done the video 3 times today, I'm a little tired of pie shapes, to be honest. Gosh, some days, people, some days, it's just unbelievable. Anyway, here goes. I'm going to just use my little finger blade to cut down, and it's okay. See, I'm not even hitting the line because as you drag along the paper, sometimes there's just an easier spot to go. And you'll see what I mean as you do it. You'll feel like the grain kind of grabs. Well, I don't fight it. I just go with it. Okay. And then I'm going to erase all these lines when I get done. Okay, I like that one. I'm going to do this one like it says, close. And I'm going to do this one close. Okay. Even without any geography brain, which I've explained in the past, I don't have, I can cut these. Now, you can keep cutting over it if you want to, but I'm just going to release it with my scissors. It's just a lot easier for me. And I don't have to worry about tearing it or anything. And that's going to curve under anyway, so it will make a bit of difference. Yeah, how you cut it, no one will know the difference. By now, those of you, and thank you, speaking of that, thank you so much for the ones who are leaving comments, who are subscribing to my little channel, and who are coming back here and watching me go through this. And I appreciate it more than I can ever say. It really, this old crafter's heart is just warmed by this. I love to teach, and I have so missed the opportunity to do that. I was doing some before COVID, and I was doing other things, and where I would be around people for a while. I was a balloon twister and a face painter, along with all my other crafting things. And I have so missed the opportunity to teach. I just like it. I like it, like it, like it. I was a Donna Dewberry, like early on adoptee, got my elite certification, you know, which doesn't amount to a hill of beans, but it was a really good piece of work for me. Well, that has jimmied up a little bit, but that's okay. I can fix that. It was a lot of work, and that was really the value. The little certificates mean nothing, but the work itself was so lovely because it taught me discipline and preparation and business aspects and art aspects, and I just learned so much. It was mainly all self-taught, other than a few little class events that we went to, but so many lovely people, and just such a, I thought I was going to say that, but I'm not going to worry about it. So many lovely people, and I just appreciated what I learned so much. Okay, I'm going to offset this just a tad. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and bend these backwards. These are little things. They're great, but man, do they stick to everything really easy. Okay. That little bit of white right there is not going to be noticed in all of the stuff that's going to be going on here. So now I'm going to go all the way around, doing this curving, and I'm pressing it. The paper itself has such lovely memory. When you have double-sided paper, it has such great memory that it's going to hold shapes like this until you are ready to actually glue them down. It's going to be super, super easy. Okay. Get these. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. Painting. Painting. There's always drama in the painting world. It's sort of funny. There's a... Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I got started to talk, but I was losing track of what I was doing. I hope that you all are doing well. The weather is so hard all over right now with the cold air and the Arctic air. And then, of course, we have the horror going on in LA. I understand the Santa Ana is kicking up again, and I'm just praying for people. I know that the people are just exhausted. The firemen are exhausted. My dad was a fireman for a time, and it is tough. You're seldom called in to get cats out of trees, and more often called to really desperate situations. And they are true heroes. For those like me who really cannot get out and physically do much to be helpful to people, in the sense of I don't have the stamina to do, or strength to do certain things at this age in my life, but I can share a little bit in terms of funds. And I know that there are a lot of folks out there like me, and that we want to give responsibly and well. I just want to encourage everyone. as an old computer person, an old computer security person, and someone who grew up from my early teens up working on first mainframe computers on into the internet, scammers have always been around, and they're around in huge force now with AI on the rise. Where they used to have limitations on certain amounts of spam they could send out, they can now do multiple things with AI, send things out that regular security measures won't be able to stop. So you're liable to get what looks like something from Red Cross and World Central Kitchen and all these other really wonderful people, and it'll be a scam. And I just ask, if you get text messages, if you get emails, even if you give to the organization that's emailing you, and you're used to seeing it come up in your mail or on your phone in messages, please don't click on links there. I'm sorry, I'm shaking this. You guys are probably about to throw up. Please don't respond to it by clicking on those links. Just go to your browser, or if you're fortunate enough to have an organization that has its own app and you've got the app downloaded, go to the app and donate from there. It is simply not safe these days to assume that you're getting your text messages from who it says it is. And you'll save yourself a world of hurt just by going to their website or on their app and donating that way. And, well, my goodness, it's just giving me a fuss today. Here, come here. That one's good. I don't know why, I think I bumped it. So be safe out there. It's not hard to be safe. You just have to be mindful. I know also that there are people still hurting in Maui, which went through devastating fires, and in Asheville, where they went, and the surrounding area, where they were hit by horrific hurricane damage. And we just have to give responsibly and figure out where our money can go and be as well used as possible for all of these. We can't necessarily give a lot to anybody, but if a lot of us give a little, it makes a huge difference. So one thing that I think we can do is, as we email people and we interact with people, as we think about gifting people, perhaps we can focus on gifting things like this, and rather than money. It just depends on the situation, of course, but perhaps we can be a small force as crafters in giving money towards the organizations that can use it to help buy things on the ground. And we can use our bright, vivid imaginations and the paper and all kinds of tools and products that we have on hand to give gifts to people that we know and love, that will understand what we're doing. It really is such a wild time. So the idea of always having to buy expensive gifts for people when there is so much hurt in the world, of course we like to gift our friends. We love them. We want to show them. But sometimes I think we underestimate how much they might love also hearing that we've donated maybe something in their name or their birthday to some organization to help those that are hurting in other ways. It's been a crazy time out there. I do hope people get the support they need from all the agencies. I just can't imagine waking up and everything you've worked for 50 years is gone. I had a fire when I was a little kid that burned up our closet. We didn't have electricity. We lived on a farm that didn't have electricity, and we used lanterns, and my father used a lit match to get something out of the closet and didn't realize that he had touched a sleeve of clothing. So we burned up all our clothes. But that's nothing compared to losing everything. Okay, so now we have that part done. I kind of like that. I like this little highlight here. And the pink goes with the pink. I really like that. But I do need to segregate this back a little bit. So I'm going to take, I kind of like this doily. Let's see if I can, ooh, that might actually work. What are the odds that it would actually work all the way around? That's good. I kind of want something to cover that though. Maybe, let's see. Let's see what this might do. If I put this right here, for thy sweet love remembered. Put that there. Let's see. Okay, I'm kind of happy with that. Suppose I have, let's see, I have some flowers. Let me get some flowers out. Let me do this. I think I'll put that there. This is the fun part, you know. I could just not stick it, but just play, but hey, why not be brave? Why not be brave? Okay, so there's that. What else goodies are just sitting around here? Toadstools, but that doesn't really have the vibe I'm looking for. So let's try maybe some torn paper. That really does take it into the mixed media world, I guess. Let's see what else. I don't want to fidget around here too much. I should have had more of these ready, but hey, maybe maybe this can just be poking out. I'm okay with that. Okay. I don't care that some of this won't be seen. That's kind of the point, actually. Okay, that's kind of fun, kind of fun, kind of fun. And let's see. What else? Here's a little something. I think I'll put that on the inside later. I hope you can see what I'm doing while I fidget around here. Excuse me. I'm about to try a little bit of torn paper. It seems like that might be fun. But I try not to do too much of that. I don't like that. Let's do then. Let's just do this. Let me just take a look and see how we're doing here. You know, I think I'm going to go with this. I think that's enough going on for a sweet little gift. And I think you guys remember this. These are those little sticky glues that I had. That they're little dots made from E6000. There's a special removable, reusable glue spot maker that's pretty nice. I heard about it from the Posh Paper Lady and promptly made some. Need to find a better way to keep them because I keep sticking this to everything. But I like them. Now, before I temporarily, I'm going to glue all this, but then I'm going to press, and that's going to help hold it in place. But before I do that, I want to do a little bit of making some of this look a little bit older. The little picture itself looks sufficiently aged. But I want to get these flowers a little bit more. I want to knock back that white a little bit. I feel like I'm mumbling, and I'm sorry. I'm a little bit rattled, I guess, because I had to redo this so many times. That's so silly. But I'm just learning, and I need to be patient with myself, and I need to not worry about that sort of thing, actually, and just realize it's all part of the process. Okay, so I'm going to get all this. Nothing's going to be seen, but and then I also want to do a little bit of it around here. It adds a little bit of shadow that will make this look a little more believable as a deeper image than it actually is. Any kind of darkening back inside there is going to make that just look like there's shadow. And that will just add to that effect. Don't you just love this stuff? I don't know what we did before Distress Oxide. I mean, I remember using a lot of tea and letting it dry on things. If there's something you all would like me to do, I have so many supplies and so many ideas, and I would love, love, love to do things that you all are interested in. So if there is something that you all would like, please let me know in the comments, and I will look through my stash and see what I can come up with. Okay, so now I'm ready to, as it turned out, it doesn't look like I'm going to need my Fabri-Tac. Surprised, actually, because I did it on the previous ones. But maybe I've learned how to glue it better. I don't know. Sorry for my rant about giving. This stuff has been on my mind as I've watched all these things unfold, and I suppose I just am feeling like I'm sitting here having a cup of tea with you all, and we're all chatting around the table as we decide what little bits and pieces we're going to put together here and how we're going to make this look. And we're just chatting about what we would like to see and hope to see and want to see in terms of taking care of people. Isn't that a pretty color? I'm not typically, although I've got red polish, I'm not typically a pink person. I'm more of a brown, and really, I really like these old smudgy looking things. That's kind of my favorite thing. But I really think that's just very pretty. I like that. Now, one thing I think would be pretty too is to tuck. If I had some little flowers or something. Let's see if I've got. No, see, I've got this on that paper clip from last week, but see, I just think something like that tucked in would be awfully cute in different places, you know, just some of these little loose put these little flowers down. I just think that would be so pretty. Some little bits of ribbon would be very nice. All of that. There's just ways to, it's infinite. I have these little wax seal things that I got over the holidays, and I really want to use them, and I think that they would be very pretty to have one of those, maybe if there's something in there that's like a crest or something, and have it right here, or a flower or a heart, just something, a seal. Wouldn't that be pretty? It'd look old-fashioned. I wouldn't want to do the gold, although back in the day when they did these Valentines, they often put little gold things around it, but you could feed some gold ribbon through that really easy, some sort of floss or something, and make it look really nice. You could take even, I've got this, you could weave things like this around and, you know, bring it around through there and be really pretty. There'd just be a lot of little cute ways that we could dress this up. It'd be really fun. So I'm sorry that I wasn't able to do more of that, just because I feel like I just need to get this thing done and get it out and stop stressing over this one and get ready for the next one. So I'm trying to do that. Okay, for thy sweet love remembered, and then I'm going to put one more little I'm going to put this on there. I'm going to put this right up here. Do all the good you can for thy sweet love remembered. And my sweetheart. So this could be a cute little Valentine for your darling, for your child. If you have a daughter, what a sweet thing to send to her or give to her, or just any, my hands are getting all over the place. What I want to do is I want to also trim off this back side edge, these edges here. Okay, there's that. I hit a little over 3,000 views recently, and that was pretty exciting. And my numbers are going up, subscribers, and that's always a slow ride, but I'm just very, very, very honored that people are doing that with me. I'm going to take this gold, as I said I would, and I'm going to go along the edge And this is called Gold Leaf. And I think it's probably better if you do this with a glove than with your hand. This has some kind of like a solvent in it that I'm not sure is really that lovely to have on your fingers. I'm not worried about it on the back because although I'm not going to bore you with watching paint dry, I am going to paint the back of this. Okay, so there's that. Let's see. It's okay if it gets around on the front. That's perfectly okay with me. You can see what I did on the edges, but you're bright. You've got lots of experience being creative in different ways, and you'll think of a way to make this really fun on the edges. Like I say, you can ink it. You can. Now, once this stuff dries, you can buff it. Kind of like that, where it's not. I may even rub some of this off. Okay, so there's that. And, boy, that smells. Be careful using that if you have any kind of sensitivity to smells. This is what it is. It's rub and buff. And it says, warning, flammable. We're not burning any candles in here. And I think also what I want to do, though, is I want to take this little sponge dauber, and I have this little rusty hinge, which is a more orange, as you can see. And I think I'm going to, I'm going to just rub along here and do a fill in for these. And like I say, I will come back and add bits and spots. I've actually gotten some bit of this gold on my fingers and gotten it on the front. And so I'm going to have to be a little more intentional with how that looks and why it's on there. So I may do a little bit of spot brush stuff. I'll show you what I mean here in a second. Okay, I'm pretty comfortable with that. That makes it look pretty old. And what I mean by that is you can see I've got a little bit of gold there. And I think what I'm going to do is take the gold leaf and I am going to, let's see if I can do this. I'm going to put a tiny little bit, I'm going to put it right on top of this. Okay, and then, so I've got a little bit there, and see if I just, no, I'm not happy with that. So I don't want to do that. But I might be able to put, if I had a little bitty paintbrush right here, which I normally have, and of course I don't today. But let's see what happens with this. It's stiff enough. Yep, I think that's what I'll do. I'm going to get most of this off. And then I'm just going to make it look like bits and pieces. And when this gets dry, you can buff it. Okay. Yeah, I know that sounds, I know this looks odd, but as this dries and it shines up, I think my expectation is this is going to look just older, like it's gotten blurred, and things have it's set in drawers and got smushed funny, and it it's it it is intentionally made to look like it's homemade. It's not intended to look like it some kind of slick thing to come out of a store. The idea is it's something that's been saved and treasured and set aside, and that's the beauty of things like this, I think. So don't be afraid. I mean, don't be afraid. Just don't be afraid to add a touch here and there. It's hard to know sometimes where to stop. That's true. But it's only paper, people. It's just paper. So enjoy it. Press it, push it to its limits, push yourself to your limits, and really, really enjoy it. I'm hoping this little guy is going to stick. If I feel like he's not going to, then I'll slip a little dot of glue under there. But that's it. Finally, number 3. I hope my sound worked out and I can just run this through and get it out there to you all tomorrow. Or, yeah, hopefully tomorrow. And thank you all again. Thank you for listening to my meandering thoughts. Thank you for being here, for staying till the end. I really appreciate those who are able to do that, because it helps the numbers. There's funny little things you have to do to get monetized, and I hope I can get monetized, but I'm not going to sweat that. I'm just going to keep enjoying meeting and greeting you all, and hopefully you're going to really enjoy some of the things that you can take away from this little teaching platform. Thank you. Have a great evening.